Hey water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, your September tarot reading is ready. I'm Eleanor and welcome to Pink Pearl Tarot. Your theme for September is keep the faith. So it may be crucial to guard your heart against pessimism this month. And that doesn't mean that you have to convince yourself that everything will turn out sunshine and rainbows or that the outcome will be just the one that you would have written for yourself, but you can trust that the universe will always operate for every soul's highest good, that what's meant for you will be yours, that the no's are protection, and that sometimes things are removed from us as answers to prayers to signal to make room for what's coming, that yes that's coming. So if you really struggle with your relationship to the divine and to place all your faith in it, you can at least keep the faith in yourself to make the best choices you possibly can, and at the end of the day be able to say that whatever happens you did your best, right? So I have pulled a magical dimensions card for each one of you. For Cancer, you have the solar portal. So for you, this is especially highlighting trust in yourself, more so than faith in the universe. It's talking about claiming your personal power and placing your faith in your own gut instincts and intuition, which is sort of faith in the divine, but when it's centered inward, it can feel a little bit more stable than out there in the ether, right? So if you have any solar plexus chakra blockages and you can clear them, like through sunlight, core strengthening, breath work, affirmations. The guidebook offers suggestions for companion crystals of yellow jasper and gold, and then lemongrass essential oil, if you're into any of that. Anyway, so like if you can clear that portal, you'll be able to make your most powerful choices from the signals from your solar plexus. And we always talk about the communication from heart and head, but what about that center where your will is essentially generating? So for Scorpio, you have manifestation. Actually, let me set that right there. Scorpio, you have manifestation. So this is very similar to Cancer's message about having faith in your own ability to create change. It's having the knowledge that how you perceive the world is a direct reflection of your beliefs about it, and that actually gives you unlimited power. This is highlighting your intentions for sure. And that if your intentions are in good faith, if your intentions are in alignment with divine will, cosmic will, universal flow, however you want to view that, everything you need will be at your fingertips. The companion crystals for this are citrine and tiger's eye, and the essential oil is goldenrod. So how do I want to do this? I'm going to do this way. All right. And then for Pisces, you have the throat portal. So for you, they're highlighting your word and whether or not it's a true reflection of your faith. I'd also say from this that they might be urging you to speak your faith out loud or verbally invoke that in which you put your faith for assistance and focus. Communication, it's one key way in which you interface with the external world. It's a direct line between inner and outer worlds to inform each other. So your words carry the power of creation, and so does your self-talk. So they're saying your faith needs to be reflected in that, which helps you align with it, almost like an external support rod. The companion crystals for you guys are blue lace agate and turquoise, and the essential oil is peppermint. So for something to surrender this month in September, you have the moon in reverse. So this does talk about releasing fears, but since it's reverse, I'm going to say it means to do so by facing them once and for all, by bringing them to light, dragging them kicking and screaming out of the shadows where they can be illuminated and shown for what they really are, what they're really hiding, where they can maybe say their piece. They can then be allowed to go on their merry way away from you. This can also indicate secrets coming to light for some of you, which might cause some of you to twitch a little bit, but remember, keep the faith that the tension and the energy being bound up by keeping of the secrets, that can all fall away and you can be unbound. You can move towards the light again with your path that's better lit, with greater transparency. Now I'm also getting something about surrendering the need to have total clarity before having faith, because there's a certain degree of mystery and hiddenness inherent in faith. Typically, faith is something that we place in the unseen. And so there's something here about letting go of that need to see to believe. So for where you will see the most change, you have the Six of Swords. Awesome. This is indicating exactly that relief I was talking about earlier about facing and releasing yourself from a fear. Because this is the end of a struggle. And that could be internal or external depending on your situation. But the card before this, the Five of Swords, it's friction. That's more five of Wands. The Swords would be more a turmoil. And this is the peaceful space on the other side of a battle. It's like the quiet after a storm. It's a well-earned escape from whatever troubles you're coming into the month with. They pass. Maybe not on their own, but they do. This is you walking off the battlefield intact and ready to rest, ready to be done with it. And there might be something that you have to leave behind on that battlefield, but you will survive this. Have faith in that. So for what will be your biggest obstacle, you have the Star in reverse. So it's exactly that. It's the urge to give up hope, to lose faith. This is exactly dead nuts on the nose. That's it. I'm not going to harp on it because everything you need to know for navigating this is like everything else in this reading. But like if your theme is keeping the faith, your biggest obstacle is going to be to keep the faith. Like that, I don't need to say any more about that. So for the best part about the month, you have the Nine of Cups. This is great. It's a card commonly known as the wish fulfillment card. It indicates contentment and emotional comfort. It's self-satisfaction. It's your little piece of heaven. So it's like you get your way, I'm hearing. It might not be like in a big, huge way, but it is going to be it's going to be satisfying. That's the big thing with this is satisfaction, particularly self-satisfaction. So it's like not only do you get the peace that Six of Swords is promising, but you get that self-satisfied feeling that goes along with it because you did it. It's also the emotion that goes along with feeling like you have enough, that you have a good life, a sweet life, that you have a lot to be grateful for. And yes, for some of you, you do actually get your wish there. So that's awesome. So for your influence and impact on others, you have the Lovers. So this card traditionally carries two main meanings, so take whichever one resonates. But you know that meme with the guy that's walking down the street with his girlfriend and it shows him looking at that other chick that's walking the other way, right? So for a few of you, you're the distraction. And it doesn't have to be so basic as someone looking at you instead of their partner, but it could be that you're a way shower of an alternate route, another way of being, or that your presence is an opportunity opener for someone just to see things differently or to see that there's another path. Like you're going down a road and they're like, I didn't know I could go that way. That's an option. Now for others, it's the other meaning of the card, which means that your influence is felt in the way others want to be near you, to align with you, to be seen with you and associated with you, stand shoulder to shoulder with you. And it's not like the Two of Cups where the figures are facing each other, although Jim and Pam in this deck certainly are. But it's more like the lovers are standing side by side and looking forward at the path ahead together. So the feeling you're evoking in others is a profound sense of unity. So for what opportunities you should be looking for, you have the King of Cups. This is the most emotional, mature energy of the deck. So if this represents another person, it's going to be opportunities offered by someone who has that fatherly flavor of emotionally nurturing energy, though it doesn't have to be a man per se. Think of the protective energy of the mighty oak tree. It's something that your nervous system registers as emotionally safe. So what they are offering might vary, but they're just talking about the offerer. Court cards can also represent aspects of your own psyche. So if this card is representing that for you, it's talking about your own emotional deep waters and opportunities to either share them, invite people into them, or to bestow loving energy on others. Now for some, it could be opportunities to really be in the presence of your emotions and feel deeply into your heart to find whatever treasure is being held there for you now. And maybe that's faith for some of you, right? For what strength to leverage or what your superpower might be, You have the Magician in reverse. So this is kind of interesting. Let me think a second. This is kind of strange. Like, think of the magician on the stage. Like, in the upright position, he pulls a bunny out of a hat. He makes something out of nothing, right? In the reverse, he makes something disappear. It's the first time I've gotten this for a card, but it's impermanence. That's what you'll be tapping into in order to have the strength to face that fear, under what to surrender with that moon in reverse up there. Now, if any of you do like burn rituals, that might be especially potent at this time. And there's also this thing I get about the Magician in reverse of unmaking. So you really might be bringing this serious Shiva energy to something that's been challenging you right now. Another thing here could also be like specialization. It's like the ability to work with what you have in like the way MacGyver does, right? Like maybe you don't have all the exact tools you need, but you're going to make it work anyway. And I feel like this is coming out really random. Like I'm not getting one solid message for it. So it's almost kind of shape-shifty in a way. So that could be your superpower right now as well. So for your self-care directive, you have the Three of Wands in reverse. So this feels like a pretty conservative energy. Actually, a better way to put that might be watering the grass where you are. Are you making the most of what you have before trying to branch out and expand into more? There's something here about filling out, increasing the density or gravity of something that's already in your possession. Like rather than roots spreading out in a larger and larger radius, you're sending them deeper and deeper into the ground. I don't know why all I have for this is metaphors and not something more tangible. Maybe the simplest way to put it would be to not spread yourself too thin, or better to say that it's not a great time to expand beyond your comfort zone, but rather overhaul your comfort zone. What ways can you make your comfort zone more nourishing, more internally expansive, more self-contained in an almost off-the-grid sort of way? Because there's something very self-contained about this that I'm getting. So that's what I have for you, water signs. Much love, and I'll talk to you next month. Thank you.